What's up, legends? Today is a bit of a different video to what you have usually seen on this channel. I took my camera to the gym and I actually managed to film a leg sesh. I will be recording a bit of a voice-over commentary in order to help you guys understand what I am doing and also so that the video will not kill you with boredom. So yeah, this is basically what a leg workout looks like for a man who's over 40 and still thinks he's in his 20s. So, let's Alright, so voiceover Andrew here. As you can see, I'm driving to the gym. Yep, there I am, thinking of what is about to hit me, sipping on my pre-workout. The drive to the gym is about 20 minutes, and what I love about my current gym membership is that it gives me access to 8 gyms. This one, as you can see, is next to the National Pool Complex in Malta. So here we go. Starting off, I like to do a bit of dynamic stretching, meaning I do not hold any of the stretches, making it a static stretch. The reason for this is that when utilizing static stretching before lifting, I believe it can stretch out the muscle and it can result in, when you go to lift, you would miscalculate the length of the muscle and in turn run into an accident and in turn an injury, which is of course something we do not want. Okay, so moving to this first workout here, this first exercise I should say. I absolutely love this machine. I've never seen a machine like this before. As you can see, you really do not need to load the machine. Of course, it could be that I'm weak, but in my case, I really do not need to load this machine. And it gives you it hits us with a certain angle. Of course, the angle is very much contingent on where you place your feet on the pad, but I really like the way I can get some depth and not destroy my already destroyed knees. So yeah, maybe this angle can show you a bit further, a bit more of what the movement looks like. By the way, when I'm fast forwarding, it's at 5 times the speed. I had to do it because the video was just too long, too boring. However, I did leave the initial parts of the lifts. I tried to leave them at the normal speed to give you a bit of an idea about the time and the tension, quote unquote, that I would be aiming for. This interesting version of a leg press, which I really like. I really like the way it hits. As you can see, my feet are pretty far forward on the pad. That gives me the angle I'm looking for. The only thing I don't like about that leg press is the fact that you cannot adjust the angle of the backrest. Here I'm going back for some more dynamic stretching because I was feeling a pretty strong back pump. If you know, you know. So yeah, it's basically Anavar, right? So I just started Anavar, loving the compound. Perhaps we can do a video on that later on. And it's notorious to give pumps in general, but also lower back pumps. I have a slip disc, which I'm doing really well with at the moment. I feel great about it. It's nothing to cry about, but yeah, the back pumps were real. So yeah, another sort of squatting variation here. I might as well add that I have kind of eliminated barbell squats from my regimen as of very recently. And the reason is that I find them more CNS fatiguing, or they fatigue the central nervous system a bit too much, especially the way I do them. I tend to, I guess, involve my ego, and I like to go heavy because I've always lifted heavy on squats, and this in turn ends up just mostly targeting the CNS and not the muscle groups I'm trying to target. This leg extension variation I love. Look at the way the legs are separate. So look, I'm not a big fan of isometric movements myself. I just feel like, because of my OCD, I guess, I feel like I won't be hitting the muscle groups equally when I go for isometric movements, except for when I do legs. I like to hit legs isometrically, as you can see even with this movement, which we'll get to. But what I really like about that leg extension is that it's not an isometric movement per se, but the limbs, the legs, are actually separate in load. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Anyway, this machine is another awesome one. As you can see, the load is consistent throughout the whole movement, and it allows me to train isometrically on my legs. The reason why I like to do it for legs, specifically isometric movements, that is because I feel like I have a lot of imbalances. And yeah, this movement, you do not need to go too heavy. And I like to lift, especially as of recently. When I say recently, it's like the past, 2 years or 3 maybe, that I like to lift in the higher end rep ranges. I feel it's less, let's say, dangerous. And it's less taxing on the joints. So yeah, calf raises, standing calf raises is the correct way of calling this machine. And my right ankle worth mentioning is a poor excuse of an ankle at the moment. So it's the one furthest away from us in this shot. And I feel like I've been to the physio literally like 2 days ago, and he stretched me out or whatever, but he believes I have a fragment in the joint, because what's happening to me is 1 second I'm fine, the next I can't even stand on that foot. So, and then it's fine again, like, so it's absolutely weird. Check out that meat seat, by the way. Anyway, over to this, let's say, this is the bad girl, right? Yeah, bad girl movement. I look, the good girl and bad girl variations, I only include them if I have time and if I feel like I have energy left for them. They're not a necessity. For this movement, I really try to engage the glutes. Now over to the good girl variation. What's really funny, I don't know if this happens for you guys, but like whenever I start with this movement, my abductors, if that's the right word, really shiver. Like it's until they get warmed up. I guess that goes to show how much these muscle groups are not utilized day to day. So it might actually be a good exercise to implement this good girl variation. Again, I go for the higher reps, probably about 20 reps or so for this one. And it is basically just me calling it a day. So yeah, the voiceover segment is nearly over, so I've got to jump over to no one but myself. Whoa, and that's a wrap. So got an amazing leg workout in. I cannot believe I've been 2 hours in the gym. Obviously filming it and moving the camera around and getting used to the angles and whatever added time, and it's also something I'm not used to doing. But man, fuck. Hopefully the footage is good. I haven't yet seen it. That is what it looks like to train as a 41, nearly 42-year-old. So yeah, hopefully I can create something that isn't too boring from the footage. You probably already saw the footage by now. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully it can help spark some ideas or give some motivation to somebody out there trying to grow them wheels. See you soon. Editing Andrew here, and I just realized I forgot to give you a formal conclusion, so here it is. First of all, please let me know how you feel about this style of content. Bear in mind, I'm quite new to creating YouTube content, so I'm trying to explore different avenues, seeing what I enjoy creating, and most of all, what you enjoy watching. So whether you like this content or not, please let me know in the comments below. If you have any ideas for future videos, kindly also let me know. And that being said, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.